For this video, we'll be talking about the luck of the 12 zodiac signs for 2025. We'll be starting with the animal sign for snake. From the slide that you're seeing here, you can see that the years written inside here are actually the years of people who are born for the animal sign of snake. And from here, you can also see there are some stars inside here. For work, there's 2 red stars. Wealth, there's 1 red star. Then for health, there is 4 red stars. And for relationship, got 3 red stars. This means that for this year, the animal sign of snake has, on the average, about 3 or 4 red stars. So it's not too bad, but yet not so good, especially for wealth. You can also see the auspicious stars, the name 岁驾天解. And then the inauspicious stars is 太岁, 剑锋, 伏尸, 浮沉. So from here, we can also see that there is this category for career. So for the career for this year, because you are offending the Grand Duke, offending Grand Duke meaning in Chinese we call 犯太岁. So for the animal sign of the snake, this year is not really very good for you. However, you have some very auspicious stars to resolve the obstacles. You need to be very careful because there are still malicious people lurking around. So when you're at work, you must persevere and must be meticulous and, if possible, lay low, right? So focus on getting things done and don't argue with people. Then the next slide we have here for the wealth, it's not fantastic. So things like your direct wealth, indirect wealth is very unstable, very high expenditure everywhere, so must try and stick to your budget. Then do not speculate or to enter any new form of investments. If possible, be very, very careful, especially when it comes to things like scam or people trying to cheat your money. So do be very careful with all those kind of calls that is coming from places that you're not familiar with, or people trying to talk to you about getting information like your bank information, your ID card information. This kind of informations are usually very sensitive, so the real official channel will usually do not ask for this kind of information directly from you. For the health side, health is generally stable. Pay more attention to your heart and lungs. Your heart and lungs itself is actually slightly weaker. So if there's any minor symptoms on all these areas, do pay more attention to it. Go and see a doctor, or take some supplements or things to protect yourself. Beware of using sharp objects, especially things like scissors and knives. It's easy for you to cut yourself this year. And then avoid water-related activities. In Chinese, we normally say 水险, meaning having danger towards water-related things. If you are going for fishing, diving, or going on cruises, do be very careful with all the safety protocols or have some safety equipment around you. Next one is about relationship. So for relationship itself, this year is actually considered not too bad. Stable in relationship. There's potential misunderstanding from other people's gossip. So don't believe in what people say about your relationship, okay? Be open and honest with each other, especially with your loved one, and be more patient and forgiving towards your partner's flaws. So that's for the snake. Next, we have the horse animal sign. So for the horse, as you can see, there are 3 auspicious stars there, and then there's 4 inauspicious stars. Generally, we say that this year, the horse may not seem to be very lucky other than the work and career part. But in general, we still can say that it's a good year for you in terms of study. If you can have chance for studying, chance for learning something new, so it's considered a very good year to upgrade your knowledge. So several inauspicious stars for the career part, and still you need to be very meticulous and hardworking. There are some 贵人 benefactors, right, helping you to resolve some of your issues. And also beware of legal related issues, especially when it comes to your work site. There might be some form of legal related issues. So any contract that you sign or any agreements that you have with your clients or your business partners, do be very careful with it. Make sure that you really go through all the details before you really sign any documents. For wealth part, it's not a very lucky year for wealth. It's only good for your direct wealth. So good for direct wealth, but the indirect wealth is unstable. So speculations and all sorts of gambling related things, if possible, try and avoid them. And reduce any unnecessary entertainment and expenditure. Because we have this 咸池 and 桃花, right? This means that there's a lot of opportunity for you to be engaged with the opposite sex, and sometimes it's entertainment or expenditure arising from getting to know people or socializing. This year is not very good for you to be engaged in this kind of activities, and don't be too greedy over those good deals, right? So good deals meaning, we say in dialect, 好介紹, right? Your friends 好介紹. That means all those deals that sounds too good to be true, most likely is not real. So be aware of this kind of situation. Next, we have the health for the horse person this year. So general health is stable, but beware of small ailments. Basically, easy to fall sick, but it's not major things that will really, like make you lie in bed and cannot work, those kind. But it's just small little sickness which can affect your quality of work. Now, you still have to work, right? Then avoid overeating and drinking during social entertainment. And then also watch out for safety or health issues of your children, if you have children. Or you have young people, young children at home, do be more careful about their health, right? Avoid going to pandemic affected areas when possible. So let's say, for example, nowadays we have Africa do have some new type of some kind of disease that is coming up, where you do have to be very careful if you are traveling and try not to go to these kind of places. And recently, for the past few months, there have been recorded more and more cases of flu or flu-related symptoms in many countries. So do be careful and check out those kind of health-related information of all these places before you start traveling. Just in case, if really you need to travel to all these places, do wear your mask and be very careful about your own personal hygiene, like cleaning your hands and all these protective measures that you have to take. Then relationship-wise, for the horse person, general relationship luck is not so good. So common to have verbal conflict with partners. Do have to be more patient with your partner. Then for married individuals, must draw clear lines with opposite sex, as it's easy for you to send the wrong signals to them, or they may misunderstand you easily. Then must handle your relationship problems objectively. So make sure that you don't be too biased towards how you feel towards your partner, right? If there's any issues or conflict, try and resolve it amicably. So that's for the horse animal sign. Next, we're going to look at the goat animal sign. So like I mentioned earlier, the goat animal sign for this year is really not so lucky. So you can see only one red star for all of them. Do have to be very careful because you have no auspicious stars to support you, especially in your career. So there's a lot of malicious characters around. Malicious characters is like what we call 小人, right? So when you do things, if possible, always put this phrase in mind, 化小人为贵人. How can you convert all your malicious people around you into your benefactors? Meaning that we have to think of a way to help these people or give them what they want so that they will be able to assist you in the end of the day. Then people will steal your credit or slander you. So most likely when you do something, people may try and steal your credit from you. So do have to take some precautions to protect yourself, like keeping your boss informed of what you're doing so that nobody can steal your credit, right? And then lay low and be meticulous, persevere. Basically, you just have to be more patient with the results that you're looking for and really have to do things very, very carefully. Easy to get mixed in legal issues also. So watch out for the things that you sign and be very careful with what you are agreeing with your business partner or your customers. So all these are some things that you have to pay more attention to. So for the wealth luck is really very unstable. So as far as possible, for money wise for this year, you have to be very, very careful, especially for your direct wealth. So watch your expenditure, don't over budget, don't overspend. It's best to always get 3 quotes, like go to different places to ask for the pricing of the same item, such that you know what is the market rate, so that you don't buy the wrong things at the wrong price, right? And also do not lend or be a guarantor if possible. If anyone wants to borrow money from you, as far as possible, if you can avoid lending them, try and avoid it. Avoid all forms of speculations and gambling, right? Then for health-wise, for the goat person, this year health is not so good, so pay more attention to your digestive system. Must try and maintain a very balanced work life. Don't overwork yourself. And also stress from work may cause insomnia. You don't sleep well, then it's easy for you to make mistakes, in your work. And also beware of fall accidents. Basically, if you are climbing onto higher places to do things, watch where you're stepping, and also try as much as possible, don't climb too high to do things, right? For example, take a more stable and strong chair to stand upon if you need to reach out to a higher space. If you really need to climb a ladder to do something like change a light bulb or do some cleaning, so make sure that there is another person around to help you to support the ladder. Then next one is about your relationship. This year, you tend to want to maintain your personal space, meaning that you are not as sociable. So you have to take the initiative to socialize with your colleagues and friends. And all those singles will have less success over finding new partner. So it's not a very good year for you to start a new relationship. Then the world does not revolve around you, so must always try and place others before yourself, instead of thinking that other people have to give in to you, or other people have to be more friendly towards you or come towards you in order to socialize with you. You need to take more initiative to speak up and to socialize with people.